Right, folks, and before we get into the show, I just want to quickly promote this new song that's coming out, and it's called If Only. Now, yours truly is singing on the chorus.
I didn't get a call for sure. I do not know why I didn't get a call, but it didn't.
There's not enough auto-tune and no fiction singing. But yeah, If Only. Now, this song is to raise awareness for suicide, and we're raising money for West Wellbeing and Lighthouse. Now, we have a GoFundMe page. It's at Impact NI, and there's going to be CDs out. They're going to be on sale on the 5th of November, so make sure you get on it. Like I said, I'm on there.
How did you do on it?
What? Do you even need to ask?
Shape?
Hardly. This guy, I hate it.
Listen, get on. Get the... What is it, Impact? Impact NI.
The song's called If Only.
If Only.
Written by our very own Cub McCullough. And again, it's to raise awareness for suicide prevention.
Yep.
So,
Shout out to Garrick.
And shout out Garrick. Great night the other night on Thursday. It was a great night. There was free food, there's free drinks, there was a show by me and him. There was challenges, there was prizes. People won tickets to the fight.
And we just want to thank you all for coming out.
Yeah.
Because we were unsure if you were going to turn out. So
And he did. It was a great night.
Shout out to Patreon family.
The Garrick, our legends, obviously partners was. We'll be doing a lot of shows there in the coming future, so get involved in Patreon and get to the next one.
And just a quick reminder, for Patreon subscribers, you're getting Irish coffees for a flim.
Yep.
Alright, discounted rate for Patreon.
$7.85 down to flim if you say you fuck with whiskey and weight.
Alright, as you know, I'm a comedian as well. So I'm doing a show in the Doyne Inn.
Hold on. What way did you just say that? Say Doyne.
I said, he said it Doyne.
Doyne. You said like it was 2 words.
Doyen.
Keep on, go.
Is it called the Doyne?
Doyne?
I thought they were saying Doyne Inn.
No, Doyne.
Oh, it's just called the Doyne?
D-O-Y-N.
Alright, just Doyne?
Continue, I don't even edit this out. Just keep rolling.
Okay. Right, well, listen, come down to the Doyne. I'm going to be running some jokes. And there's going to be Paddy Raff, friend of this show. Darren Matthews, friend of this show. So make sure you come down and get tickets. Tickets are available. Where are the tickets available, Shawnee?
On the Doyen's website.
Doyen's, well, and they're only $12.50, so that's a bargain. Doesn't even get you 2 pints nowadays, for fuck's sake.
Everything's a pint with you, isn't it?
It actually is a pint. That's how Irish people gauge the influx of...
Oh no,
Inflation.
Inflation's
Sounds
way.
like going
See a
holiday.
pint?
It's like,
Yeah.
what's the print?
Yeah, that's how you judge a holiday.
Yeah.
If it's only €1 for a pint, that's cool.
So
But
that's it. Make sure you come down to the Doyen. I'm fighting next week also in Poland in a bid to become the 2-time European champion of the world, Craig.
Yep.
So
Tune in that.
tune in that.
And then I'm also fighting. I would say buy tickets on me, but I'm not even joking you. The amount of tickets I fucking gone for is over 1,000 at the minute.
Big pop
So
in
I'm
the head.
a lot of influx. Don't give me more stress in ordering more tickets. But I'm only joking. If you do need more tickets, give me a shout and I'll get it sorted. It's on the 2nd of December, SSE Arena, fighting Lewis Crocker. It's a huge fight for Belfast, and it's going to be selling within the next 5-6 days, I'd say.
Sweet.
Boom.
What is happening, people of the world? Welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey and Wade Show with me, your host, Tommy Mac.
And me, your better host, Tyrone McKenna.
And today we are joined by a very special guest. The only radio presenter with face for TV. The best looking man on the radio, Mr. Abe Sesay.
Love you, Tommy, love you.
Do you know what? That's the first time I ever heard the name Abe. Abe Sesay, the both of it. It's a very unusual name.
Abe Sesay. Sesay is
Sorry.
the equivalent to Smith in West Africa.
Really?
Yeah.
Popular name.
You walk down this main street, Freetown in West Africa, you'll see solicitors, Sesay and Co.
Makes sense.
And Dr. Sesay, if you want to go to GP, it's Sesay everywhere. So it's a bit different here, more than a bit different.
It's a cool name.
But it stands out, which people remember it. The job that I do, people remember it, so it's not a bad thing, I guess.
Is Abe short for Abraham?
Abraham.
Was it?
Abraham.
I should have known that as well. Fuck's sake.
Whenever I'm on the radio, if you listen to Minky Radio, you'll hear me saying, if you want to get in touch, it's Abe, I-B-E, because people automatically have this perception that it's Abraham,
But it's Abraham.
A-B-R-A-H-I-M, but it's spelled with an I.
Yeah.
Okay.
Abraham.
Okay.
If my dad is calling me Abraham, I think he's about the only person in the world that calls me Abraham.
Well, he names you like, it probably annoys him, but I named him Abraham and they're calling him fucking Abe.
Mum calls me Abe. In fact, Mum started calling me Abe even before I started on radio. But my mates call me Abe. My wife calls me Abe.
Baby.
Abe?
Right? Abe, whenever I grew
Sure,
up.
she's not calling you baby,
Baby?
and you're just hearing it wrong.
Well,
You're getting
Tyrone.
old. She's calling me Abby.
No, funny you say that, because whenever I grew up in a place called Ballyskay, and my mates in Ballyskay nicknamed me the abbreviated Abraham to Abe. So Abe stuck from the mid-80s. Abe stuck, and it was Abe baby. I got that a lot. And now my wife Colleen still calls me Abe.
Did you meet Colin when you were
Abby
in the
baby?
80s, when you were Abby baby?
in the 80s? What do you think I am?
You said in the 80s?
No.
Fuck me, you won't tell me.
No, I never. I got the name Abby in the 80s from my mates when I was like
I was
6
Oh,
or
yeah.
7.
Was she on the scene? Did you know
No,
her from
I
it? No.
met Colleen. No, I didn't meet Colleen until way after that. She knew me.
Abby baby
Just
was
to throw
already on
another
the scene.
curveball into the mix, she knew me as JJ.
JJ? He's giving out false information to women. I'm actually JJ.
You look like Abby baby.
That's not me. That ain't me.
No, let me explain, right? Let me explain. So my alter ego character in the
Alter
Groovy Train. The Groovy Train was a 70s show that I did in the M Club.
Oh, we were there.
Right.
We were plenty there.
So I was getting in the white suit and the afro wig, doing my thing, strutting my stuff, and I met Colin. Used to go with her friends, and so all she knew me as was as JJ Jackson.
Okay.
So the first night that I met Colleen, I spotted her and she was wearing this tiara and this sash thing, and the Groovy Train was renowned.
12?
The Groovy Train was renowned for hen parties.
Yeah.
Hen parties came from all over to go to the Groovy Train for their hen night. So I just presumed it was her hen night. And I said, "Is it your hen night?" And she said, No, it's not my hen night. It's my birthday.
Okay.
And I went, "Oh, would you like a drink?"
You must get a lot of action back in the day of being a DJ. See, women flock themselves to the DJs, the DJ booth.
People have that perception, but
But it's
that's
not true.
But not all the time. Not all the time. That's all I'm going to say to them, right? That's
So
all I'm gonna
this
say.
one night you were flocking out at DJ booth. So you went for her drinking, and then what happened?
So then she was there the following week, and I asked her if she wanted to lift home. The gentleman I am, and she accepted, and I think it was her taxi just home for the next 3-4 weeks.
And she still thought you were JJ Jackson.
No, she knew me.
JJ,
here-
give me a lift.
But no, she knew my name, but I didn't know her name. I thought for 3 weeks, and this is a true story, her name's Colleen, as you know. Over the music in the M Club that particular night, and I asked her name, I thought she said Pauline. And she was too polite to correct me, so for about 3 weeks I called her Pauline.
She didn't say no.
So I left Paul.
See, to be honest, that's what I would crack down on. I'd be called Pauline as well. Fuck's sake.
Pauline McKenna.
I actually want to shout out Shawnee Mac is becoming a daddy, a father. So
Yes,
let's congratulations.
Congratulations,
Thanks
Shawnee
very
Mac.
much, folks.
Loving
So it didn't take you long to.
You let us know
Get
who
the leg
it
over.
was, and we'll sort it out.
it. Have you any kids?
One pump, one down.
4 kids?
We have 4.
What's going on here, Tommy? You two are popping them out.
Well,
That's
I
it.
would say,
Dude, Tommy has this
Now
theory.
wait, my left in Ireland.
Tommy has this theory, and we're going to test the theory on you.
Right.
So his theory is, you tell the theory, it's your theory.
It's not my theory. It's scientifically,
proven.
theoretically proven, and through my own independent research. So, on the night of conception, if a woman's loving it, she releases a female egg. But if it's just like, she releases a male egg.
Okay.
So
Would you be able to confirm or
I can neither confirm or
deny?
deny.
You don't know what.
Really? Right, so we've
What have you got?
2 boys, 2 girls.
Okay.
So you're hit or miss.
You're hit or miss. You're hit or miss.
And-
50-50. And same with Tyrone has a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Right,
And his
okay.
missus.
And I can confirm. I can
You can
confirm
confirm
it. One was good night. One was a 2-second wonder.
All I'm going to say, they're all good nights.
Not with me. But Tommy's flat out being. He's a champion. He's got four daughters. So he's obviously
So it's all
he's laying
good.
it down.
Yeah.
He's laying it down.
Tommy,
So see,
all
when I
good.
tell
That's
people,
why he's
when
got
I
this theory.
when I say this theory, people think I'm just saying it because I have daughters, but it's not.
It
I
is.
went and asked his missus, I asked my other friend's missus. I look at my own grandparents. You know,
What do you mean? You had that conversation
I
with
didn't
your
have a I know. I looked from afar with my grandparents, and
Do you be sitting there going,
That's even weirder, Tommy.
Grand is slanging it? Or Grand is
no,
that?
well, like my Jamaican granda, cool guy, and you know, West Indians pride themselves on being friggin' champion lovers, and my granda had 9 kids, 8
What?
girls, 1 boy.
My mum is one of 7,
No.
right? My dad, West African, is one of 10 plus.
That's
Still
the same.
finding-
My dad's he's 14 brothers and sisters, and then my ma's
What?
10, 9 or 10.
No, Tyrone has that many
Big,
cousins.
big family.
On both
He doesn't
sides.
even know them. And I know them. I'm talking to people in the street. He said, "It's your cousin, Roxanne."
I actually seen a wee article. Are you big into health food or being healthy?
Some people have that perception. Yes, I do look after
Yourself?
myself as best I can. I could do better. I'm not going to sit here and
I just seen on some article. I read a few articles and it said during COVID you had your kids eating well and clean. I just thought pure ABCC kids.
The 6 they're friggin' eating cucumbers. Flat.
During
no.
COVID.
Listen, there was a happy medium. There was, like, I was living my best life through COVID.
How was COVID during your
COVID
'cause you're a
changed.
DJ, obviously. So radio was still going on, wasn't it? So you're alright.
So I was classed as a key worker, so I could go in and out of work still every day, which was a godsend, if I'm being honest. Like, just some sort of normality still. So I was lucky that I could do that. But being a DJ and working a lot of nights and hosting different events, some weeks I would have been out 3 and 4 and 5 nights a week. It went from that to nothing. And like Colleen didn't see me over the weekends. Like, I'd have been out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights, most weekends. And so it went from that to nothing. And all of a sudden I'm spending all this time
she's getting sick of you.
at home.
Who is
right?
this guy?
But
JJ Jackson, get out of here!
see, from the get-go, it was strange being at home, especially in the weekends. I find it strange. But very quickly, it was like, oh, yes, I could get used to this. And I did get used to it.
You do get used. You get used to too much.
Right? And the weather, if you remember
That
back
was great the
unbelievable.
first time.
March 2020, the weather from end of March right through
crazy.
was, and we were living our best lives in the back garden, barbecuing, drinking beer,
It was unreal.
and it was on. And so then the first lockdown started to ease, and the phone starts to ring again. Are you coming back to? And I was like, you know what? No.
Did
The
you?
bank
You said, fuck it.
it.
Why?
I said, because, do you know what? It put life into perspective.
You just enjoyed it.
And I missed out so much working all those weekends and nights, and I missed out on family occasions, and I was always the one calling in before the party or calling in if I could after the party, and I missed out on so much. So from COVID to now, I've kind of said I'll pick and choose kind of jobs and that's what I've done between then and now, and it's worked out better.
What kind of jobs do you seek out?
The jobs that I seek out are, I'm going to be honest, the handy ones. No, not only the handy ones, but the ones that mean more to me. I host, and this is a great event every year, Pretty in Pink. Pretty Pink is the only registered breast cancer charity in Northern Ireland, and I host their event every single year.
Yeah.
You know, and it's events like that,
meaningful ones,
and I do a gig every Saturday afternoon, and that's another thing. Pre-COVID, I was in Granny Annie's most Fridays and Saturdays, and that kind of changed then, and I said no, I wasn't going to go back on a Saturday night, and the manager phoned me one day and he says, okay, no, you're not doing nights anymore, but do you want to do Saturday afternoon, 3 to 7 or 3 to 6? And it's
The
like,
handy one.
for happy days. 3 to 6, I'm still home for 6:30, and that's still what I'm doing.
Do you get nervous? Because obviously we're boxers, we get nervous before we go on stage, fucking the fight. But do you get nervous before you go on like radio or host them events? Do you shit yourself?
I used to get horrendously nervous, especially in the early days whenever I just broke into this industry. I love music particularly, and that's the reason I started in radio. But I have a stammer.
Do you?
And I stammer every day in life, every single day in life. And whenever, in anticipation, before I go up onto a podium and start to host an event, or not so much radio, because I've got the music there
Yeah, you feel safe.
as a comfort blanket, if you like, you know, and more over the years, you use that music as a comfort blanket. But what I was going to say, over the years, I've started to talk more fluently without any music or without a bed, as we call it.
Did you have to go to speech therapy to control it?
From a young age. Like it was particularly bad whenever I was in primary school. Yeah. And then my mum brought me to speech therapist in Lisburn, and I was taught different techniques and how to manage my fluency. And but being a DJ, being a radio presenter, fuck, it was the last thing in the world. I thought
I need some of that. I just talk too fast.
Stammer now? It's contagious, sucks.
Get out of here! No, but I see, like, with me, press conferences and stuff, that's where I feel the heat. Like, doing interviews or doing podcasts or anything else, anything live, I hate doing anything in front of a crowd. But if it's, like, just interviews or something, it's sweet. You can say anything you want.
Well, listen, it's like anything. The more you do it, the more comfortable you become. And if you're dealing with the same people, you get to know those people and be more comfortable with those people.
Did you ever get much face in school because of it? Growing up?
I got stick, not fights, no. But I got, like, primary school, secondary school, you got picked on because of... You got picked on
Manny.
because of the colour of your skin, right?
Don't point at me, man.
He just knocked him the fuck out. And I got picked on because of my stammer.
Yeah.
You know? And that went into...
Double whammy.
into secondary school, even...
Did that not make you, like, go in want to join a boxing club or, like, martial arts or anything? Just like this, fuck it, and just
not
kick
really. I
a
didn't want to kick a shit out of anybody that was slagging me from a colour in my speech or whatever. No. But what I wanted to do was just get rid of it, so that wouldn't happen anymore. And my mum helped me. My parents helped me through that, sending me to speech therapy, and through Laura was my speech therapist back in the 90s. Like, and I'll never forget her. Like, she was brilliant. Absolutely.
How long did it take for you to...
Well, again, I stammer every single day in life.
But to be on the radio, like, it must have been a fucking nerve-wracking. From
my first show, I'll never forget it, because Jippo was my manager. He put me on, and he told me to do the overnights, because that's where you cut your teeth and you make your mistakes and whatever. And I went on, and I'll never forget Tyrone, see that first night sitting in that radio station, City Beat, back in the day, if you remember City Beat.
Yeah,
Belfast City Beat.
Yeah, that's very good.
96.7 FM.
And that's good too, Sean, actually. Shaking like a leaf. shaking like a leaf. My mum and my aunts and uncles were sitting listening on the radio, and I knew they were listening because they were texting me going, "Good luck, good luck, good luck." And I'm like, "Oh, no,
You'd rather they
can't
weren't
do this."
listening.
Exactly.
Like there's sometimes I go to events and my missus doesn't go in. Like, thank fuck she's not here.
It's easier to be at an event hosting
Yeah.
that you
don't know anyone.
know
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah.
That's why I love fighting in, like I'm fighting in the SSE here. I love fighting in big stadiums because seeing those small hall shows, you know absolutely everyone. Everyone there, you know. But in the big stadiums, you know fuck all people.
That's right.
And you just feel more relaxed, even though it's a bigger stage. It doesn't feel like it to me.
Initially, so to come back to your original question, yes, I do still feel an element of trepidation, nerves, whatever. See, after 5 seconds of being up there,
Yeah, you're alright.
That's it.
See, on the first one, did we stammer like mad on your first thing on City Beat, or did you
No.
have it under control?
again, I used the music as a comfort
Okay,
blanket.
yeah.
You were talking over the music. You
Yeah.
were, you were crunch and rolling, as we call it in the business, and it was all good. And then, honestly, I can count on one hand, on maybe two hands, if I'm being brutally honest, the amount of times I've stammered on air.
Really? That's
Is
good.
it panic? Do you panic game when you go,
And then,
fuck, just hit the button?
Just hit the button.
oh, do you just hit the
There's a
button?
button we have, and it
See,
says
I didn't
next.
even know it.
And it says next, and that'll take you on to the next item. It'll take you into the next song, into the next jingle, into the next ad break.
Yeah.
You hit next.
He's hitting the button like, fuck it, come on!
The producers had the meeting. Yeah, gonna have to stop hitting the button. But now, there's a wee bit of an announcement today on the radio. Daggy
Yeah,
left.
Declan Wilson,
Your-
he announced
your
his
colleague?
departure from Q Radio.
How do you feel?
Good
Heartbroke?
radio presenter. Yeah, listen, it's a loss to Northern Irish radio. There's no doubt about it. Declan, he approached me from the outset, looking, and then because I think he was doing a bit for Blast or somewhere, and he wanted to up his game and come into Q Radio. So it was good that he got an opportunity, and it's a loss. It is going to be a loss, and the messages coming in on his social media and Q Radio social media and WhatsApps it's testament to
what
the radio presenter that he is.
So is there an opening then for Whiskey and White?
Well, listen, never say never. Never say never. You two on the breakfast show,
get on.
we would probably be taken off the
I was
air
about to say,
in about a half an hour.
we need the late time show. we need that early morning.
Watershed.
We need 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. slot.
Like what they can get away with in the south of Ireland. I don't know whether you've ever listened to radio.
Bastard, no.
They get away with murder in the south.
It's a completely different now, completely different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a different regulator.
I've never noticed.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you cheeky fuckers. No, like you couldn't
I
say
suppose,
it. I know, but you
suppose,
couldn't say it like on Q Radio.
No.
You'd be. Out
Well, you could,
right?
but you'd know all about it then.
Yeah.
Do you get penalised much after, like, say after fucking, say 6 hour shift, you come in? Does your manager ever penalise and say, "What the fuck you saying this for"?
Not really.
No, never.
Maybe in the early days, I'd said things I shouldn't have said. But as you know, I'm on radio now in
Like-
14 years, so
Because sometimes,
know what the crack is,
even in
yeah.
this podcast, sometimes I get excited and I start saying stuff that I definitely shouldn't say, and then I have to get.
Sean,
we can
then,
add it. You just can't add it. So
no, and that's the thing. It's live. Here's an example. Right, I can pre-record a show. I can pre-record a 3 hour show. It'll maybe take me 4 hours because I can re-edit and do it again and again and again. Whereas if I know I'm live, you nail it 9 times out of 10. You'll nail it first time.
Yeah.
And it's a psychological thing. Sean will vouch for this. It's a psychological thing. You know, and so I love live.
I'd hate live, so I'd be
He
panicked.
was shading himself. I swear to God. Tell me, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Would you just relax?
I hate
He's going
live.
so much. It starts making me panic. We would have to put on a brave face.
But have you never done a live podcast?
We've done a couple, and I hate
So how did that make you feel? You hated them?
No, I just like a fight. I'd be nervous as fuck right before, and then when I'm on the stage, 10 seconds in, I'm sweet and enjoy it.
The first one, he hated. He
Yeah,
did
I
hate the
did
first
hate it,
one.
I did.
And then the next day, I turned that went on real. He was like, nah, never again. Never again. One and done, that's
One
it.
and done.
And then we done the second one, he loved it.
And you know what? The second one was better because The first one, because I was so nervous, I had a few drinks and it wasn't as sharp.
Yeah.
The second one, didn't drink at all, and it was fucking brilliant. I loved the second one, and then we done another one in the Garrick on Wednesday or Thursday.
Thursday last week.
It was a smaller one for the patrons, and it was brilliant as well. I wasn't even nervous at that one, but
There's something about live TV, live radio. There's just an edge to it.
It clicks
it's
in
a
the
worrying edge that it could fuck up any minute.
Because
Exactly. What do you say, Sean?
when I started in Radio Falcha, like to begin with, the first couple of months, I just done pre-records. So I was too shit scared of like putting anything out live. And they said to me like, "Oh, here, this presenter's not doing this show anymore. Do you want to do this live one on Friday afternoon or like
No.
drive home?" And I went,
Not a
"You know what?
chance.
Fuck it, I'll go for it." I swear, like I
Good on
used
you.
to spend a day making a show
Yeah,
because I would come in, prepare it for the first like hour and a half, record, and sit the rest of the day editing it.
Yeah.
And
There you go.
that Friday, that first one, I just went, boom, like
Yeah.
done. And
loving it.
since then, it was just like I'm never freaking.
Yeah.
See,
Easy work.
you two actually were linked up the other week at Oktoberfest.
That's right. Yeah, I was hosting Oktoberfest.
Was it good?
Your band,
Aye.
were Oktoberfest bonkers.
I is the
Never-
name of the
never-
band, by the way.
Never been to the Oktoberfest in Belfast.
It's brilliant.
No, right.
Honest, it's carnage.
Is
It's
it?
brilliant.
I'd say it would be carnage. Where is it?
Custom House Square.
Custom House
Was it?
Square. This is the last weekend, so we're coming up now in the last weekend, and just the way it fell this year, it got 5 weekends, but this is the last
Is it
weekend.
usually it? No.
No, so it's just again.
Oh, because of the month.
yeah, just the way the dates fall. But this weekend's the last weekend. Student night this year has took off in Oktoberfest. It's free in on a Thursday night, and like students.
Tommy of
If
the year.
I had
Tommy
to
of the
have
year
it
straight away.
used.
Free in.
You got a student card, Tommy?
Let's
You could get one made, I bet you. You could get one laminated.
I go on the tech mature student.
But is there no madness down there when you're down at Oktoberfest? Because everyone's getting blocked all day.
Yeah, the
It must
steins of
be-
beer, like two of those steins of beer, and I personally gone, but they're all different strengths. I think the lowest one's 6%. You can go right up to maybe 12 or 15%.
See, anything over 6%, I think, is disgusting anyway.
Disgusting.
It doesn't taste nice.
No, you're right. But listen, it's the entertainment. They have live bands. That I or Pete Snodden and myself were the compares, if you like. So we get up, get different people onto the stage, mess about with them, have a bit of crack, and it's
Let's get down.
Have you ever went to Germany? The one in Germany?
never. I would like
Are you
to.
any
Yeah.
interested?
I've seen a video, but and I tell you what,
It looks mad.
it looks mad.
It looks mad.
It
I'd like
looks
to go
carnage.
next year,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like the one in Germany looks like it has like friggin' amusement parks and all. Do they have
Really?
any of that stuff in
No,
Belfast?
it's just all in the
just
tent, in the
straight
marquee.
drinking. That's it.
Would you ever? I know you do radio. Would you ever go on the TV presenting?
I've done bits and pieces of TV over the years. Listen, I have no aspirations to be. I love radio. I love
Do you?
radios. I love music primarily.
What kind of music? What's your go-to?
Right out across the board, throwing like right across.
What
the
made you
board.
fall in love with music? Can you remember?
Do you know what? My dad, kind of subconsciously, my dad always played music in the house, but he played his African stuff.
And then
You
that
know?
just made you go.
But he always had loads of tapes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, hundreds of tapes.
That's old school right there.
He had his,
Even
he had his
though-
ghetto blaster.
Good.
He had his ghetto blaster, and he used to listen on the background on the Saturday afternoon to Rick Dees. You probably never heard of Rick Dees, right? So Rick Dees was this was a show broadcast across the States, but some random station in Ireland broadcast it on a Saturday afternoon. It might have been Atlantic 252. There's a fly flying about here. I'm gonna fucking.
I've noticed that.
I've seen it about 100 times. Fucking did my head in.
It might have been Atlantic 252, but anyway, Rick Dees, he was this cheesy transatlantic DJ, and the music was all those early 90s hits. And then my dad always, I remember him listening to Steve Wright in the afternoon whenever he was on BBC Radio 1, and kind of subconsciously listened to radio without knowing I was listening to it, and taking all of this information in. And then how I got into actual DJing in the clubs, a couple of friends of mine, they were DJs in the clubs. The Egg in Belfast, that, you know, downtown, that was one of the first ones. Chester's was a nightclub in Moira, and I tagged along with the DJs. And just, I found myself then going into town on a Saturday with my pocket money, going to Caroline Music and HMV and Virgin Megastore.
How did JJ Jackson?
I don't know where did I come from?
Well, the character JJ Jackson in the Groovy Train, 70s and 80s, and disco and Motown, that would be my real love. But the character, so Susan Curry, God rest Susan, she passed away about 7 years ago now, but she was the entertainment manager. And she kind of said, I was doing different nights for Susan in the Egg and the Parlour.
Yeah. Parlour, remember?
And the Parlour. I used to do the Parlour Thursdays and Saturdays. But I already had been in the Groovy Train with some friends. And I remember getting in and looking up at the stage and seeing all the lights and the dancers and the music. And I thought, oh my God, this is brilliant.
Part of it.
So I kind of dropped it in the conversation one day to Susan and said, listen, like, I'm 19. And I said, I would love to do that. And she said, really? And I said, I'd love to do that. So a couple of months went past, and just right place, right time. The DJ that was there, he left for whatever reason. He left, and there was always two DJs. So the guy in the main slot, he left. So the guy in the warm up slot moved up, and I went into the warm up slot.
Okay.
And then the guy in the warm up on the main slot, then he left to go to Bamboo Beach Club, and I got the main slot.
Wow.
So whenever I first got the job, we had a meeting, and so every DJ had a character name. There was Casey Jones, there was Ivor Biggin, there was Dixie Normus.
Dixie Normus.
Right? That'd have been you. So we had a meeting.
Why do you know how big his dick is? That's what I want to know. Why is he pointing to you, Tommy? What have you been doing?
Stay there, community. It's community
Listen.
business. Black people's business don't concern me.
You're not allowed enough.
Okay, I'm sorry. My name's Tyrone. I can at least get a foot in. I get a foot in. A foot in the door.
So the meeting and character names were discussed, and I remember seeing a movie called Car Wash. Have you ever seen Car Wash?
Never.
Sean, ever seen Car Wash?
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it,
No,
right?
yeah.
So this is a 70s movie. This is a movie set in the 70s about a car wash, funny enough.
Is it working at the car wash? Yeah.
That's where the song came from.
Yeah.
Rolls Royce feature heavily in it. And basically it's about a day in the life of a car wash in the 70s in downtown LA, right? And throughout the whole movie, there's a radio station playing in the background, and you got the breakfast presenter, the mid-morning presenter, afternoon presenter, and the drive time presenter. And the drive time presenter was JJ Jackson.
Wait,
It is a cool name. It is a cool
JJ
name.
Jackson was the JJ Jackson, one of the founders of MTV. That's who it was.
Alright.
But just what you said there, the name just,
That's cool.
and I never forgot it.
Yeah.
So in that meeting, I thought, JJ Jackson.
Yeah, no, man.
And so that JJ Jackson was...
Tyrone used to be a car wash
Yeah, I did.
worker in America.
In America. That was
Serious?
My first. I went over to America to turn professional.
Bikini car wash.
It was fucking. It was desert. It was fucking. Went over. I was supposed to turn professional, but you needed a bit of money to keep it going when you're over there. And my manager went out and he got me a job. Car wash. This place is about 40 degrees every day in Philly in the summer. And I went and got this wee car wash. It was me and I'd say about 30 Mexicans, 30 Spanish people just speaking
Flat out
Spanish
washing
all
cars.
day in this heat, hailing down us. I was burnt out, Chris. I was just a wee lobster.
Playing the salsa version of car wash.
Gabe, better keep me
car
one.
wash.
But I didn't know. I didn't even know what they're
At
talking.
the car wash.
I didn't even know what they're talking about. They were all talking in Spanish, and I just didn't have a
He's
clue.
like, oh, I see.
See.
They probably thought you were Mexican as
They
well.
were trying to tell me he needs to go home. They were saying to the manager he needs to go home. And my head
Sun cream.
My head was bubbling and everything. They were just kept on putting me out to dry cars. It's fucking, it was shit money as well. You only got barely
Man,
on
the box ended up being a car.
Hello? Fuck's sake.
Yeah, I don't know if you can remember saying like Halloween's next week,
Yeah.
but it must have been one of the last groovy turns, and we were dressed up as a space
Was it the
Ghost.
groovy team we went to?
Aye.
Did we?
Yeah,
Fuck.
and we went in,
Do you know what? Why does this ring a bell?
and you were
It was
DJing,
all over the papers.
and I remember we were up on the dance floor. And I remember you said, "We've got the Space Girls in the house tonight."
Really? How the fuck do you remember this?
I don't remember. And I was like, yeah.
Nothing of that night anyway. I was
I
Paul's
take it
space.
you were scary.
No, he was baby space.
You were baby?
Hardly. Of course he was scary. Fuck me. Come on. But I was Paul's space. He was scary space. And then Paddy Barnes was ginger space. McKenna was,
He was baby
space. And our
Donald
friend Donald
Burns
Burns
was
was
sporty
sporty space.
Love it. I need to see photographs of this.
Great night.
Yeah.
Great night. Paddy Barnes ended
I
up.
think so. You can put it up.
Paddy Barnes at the end of the night. We went to Mono at the end.
Yeah.
And he was out safe.
murder.
He started murder. He was
So
in
the
his
bouncer come in and was like, "Tell me you go out and talk to Paddy." And outside he's standing in his wee dress, wig on, shouting at the shutters,
just punching
punching the shutters.
We scary space.
Remember Spuds back in the day? Getting in the Spuds after the M Club? Do you remember that?
See, because I used to work around in the National Club in Queen Street, and Spuds used to be open like later.
What's
So
Spuds?
it was like a fucking
Spuds
food
was
shop,
chippy,
but it
yeah.
was right like up the road from.
It was
From
about three
the M
up,
Club,
from the M Club.
Facing N Club had all the fucking
Got
spots.
Abracadabra. Do you
Had
remember that?
had all the spots.
They had obviously.
Was that the way
McDonald's.
Chinese we used to come
And
in?
they had bishops.
It wasn't Chinese.
No, was there a Chinese facing M Club? With, you went in and it was like gets a bit of that, bit of that, bit of that. And you could like,
Yeah.
On up a wee bit, yeah.
Was
yeah,
it,
I
it
think
was
there
fucking unbelievable in there.
Yeah.
I loved in that place.
Halloween, like Halloween.
Are you going to dress up?
Good time of the year.
year?
Listen.
Is there any
Yeah, no,
good
listen,
gigs
I
this year?
am dressing up.
What
I'm
else?
doing a gig in, there's a fucking flag again. I'm dressing up in Derry this weekend. We're
you going to Derry?
with the radio station, we're doing a road show.
Okay.
Myself and Jordan are going to be up there on Sunday.
And what are you
So
dressed
we
up
are,
as?
can't tell you that.
Why?
Tails off camera.
Me and Tommy's, we've got a few possibilities.
Really?
We
You were
usually
meant to dress up this week.
I know,
wasn't
we're
it?
going to do it next
we'll
week.
do it next week.
But we usually like to do a partner. Like
Yeah,
we've done
someone goes
Jimi
together.
Hendrix and who's that?
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
That's good.
He was
That's good.
Jimi Hendrix. Then there's people like Hey Arnold and fucking that other guy. What's he called? Reese?
No.
No, what's he
I
called?
can't even remember. Hey Arnold's mate.
I dressed up one, talking about the M Club. I did a student night, a student Halloween night years ago, and it wasn't a weekend night. It was a weeknight, and I dressed up as B.A. Baracus, and I used to drive a transporter, a VW transporter, and I got the transporter all daggled like the 18 van.
Like the
I
red
really,
stripe.
so I went with a red stripe. I'll show you a photograph of it,
Class.
right?
You have full
Full on.
18.
Shave, had an afro like Tommy's, right? And I shaved it.
Barbara B guys and get my hair cut in front.
Shaved it Mr. T style. Like I went all out.
Nice.
And I'm in the DJ box. And this girl comes up to me and she said, "How dare you? How dare you?" And I said, "What do you mean, how dare I?
I know what's coming.
What's the problem? How dare you mock black people?"
Yeah, it's coming. Why are you blackfacing?
I am black people.
She thought it was
I'm
makeup.
Abraham.
And I just went,
I'm fiercely proud of my heritage. But
It's always
what did you say?
it's always a friggin' a white person trying to stand up for black rights.
what did you say?
well, to be fair to you,
That
yeah.
bastard.
Ganging up.
These can't win. He's standing for white people's rights. The bastards. Don't stand up, fucking bastards.
I thought she was going to say something about the jewellery I had on or the or the camouflage gear or something. I didn't know what she was going to say. How dare you?
Did you
mock?
laugh?
It's only
Or take
the
offense?
Like, obviously, it was a shock for people to see a black man in Belfast. It's not until recent years that it's became slightly more multicultural.
Yeah, that's right.
And even, like, I have a bit in my stand-up about you, which is actually a true story. And
you can't say it?
Well, say.
I say it.
Yeah, because I've been doing it now for the last year. So
Here, I hope I get a cut of that because I was oblivious to that. Don't I?
20% of nothing's that. But me and a friend of mine, and we'll name and shame him.
Aye, go ahead.
Again, right, Mark and we were sitting at the front of KFC, and there used to be, I don't know if it's still there, Sunbed place beside it,
We're in Finnegy.
in Finnegan.
The other side of the road. Yeah.
And
Not
you
that I
pulled
use
up-
it
I was going to
Like-
say, where do you know where it is?
you come out and you walked into the building, but you probably gone in to get anything. You could have been picking somebody up or whatever, but you went in that building, and Gin turned around to me and went, "Hey, that's that DJ. Hey, everyone thinks he's black. He's not even. He's just flat out in the sunbeds."
Gilly said that.
And that's a
you
hit.
believe it?
I believed that for ages.
Say, coming.
But you know what? That's a hit in my stand-up.
Is it?
Massive hit.
Everyone there knows you're on the
There you go.
subbeds.
Just all know Abe Sesay from Q Radio. Yeah. And then I hit them web.
I love it.
He's fucking you over in every show.
What I see,
And the thing is,
It's the
he
not
goes
really.
and does some bit, so
what I see,
I
Gilly.
need to
Apparently,
plug in.
apparently, it's good for your skin.
It is.
Anyway, takes out all the blemish. Apparently.
Allegedly.
Listen, I was in a sunbed once, and I'll tell you the story very quickly. I worked for Coca-Cola, and I was a rep for Coca-Cola, so every shop or hairdresser or suntan place in West Belfast that had a Coke cooler was my account, right? And there's this new shop, there's a new account come on, and the owner of it was a good crack. And I was putting the Coke cooler in and told them the crack, you're for the size of the cooler, you're only allowed, or you're not allowed any other products other than Coca-Cola products,
Only let
Sprite
Coca-Cola get a
and
load of
Pepsi.
Pepsi in there.
Sprite, Fanta,
yeah.
Pepper.
BPM,
River
Dr.
Rock?
Pepper was one, River Rock was one. This is a good game. Can you name me any more?
Listen, I work at the sweet shop. I can name them all.
Tab was one.
Tab?
Do you remember Tab back in the day? No, you're too young to remember Tab.
How old are you?
He was only a wee bit older than us.
You don't look too old. I know you're saying this, but
What age do you think I am?
about 35. What are you?
43.
Black don't crack.
You're
You're 43?
43.
Fuck, you look well for 43.
So anyway, the guy he had a delivery of all these brand spanking new shiny sunbeds, and he says, "Have you ever tried a sunbed?" And I'm like, "No." He says,
Only
"We'll
had
have
one
these,
time in Finnegan.
we'll have these new ones in the way in and try it there, with my clothes on, like just to try it." So I went in and he closed it up and I tried it for 30 seconds. And so
Is that
that was my one time with
It's
a
a one
sunbed.
and done, that's done.
Yeah. that was
Really?
it, yeah.
I've done it a couple of times. And flat out.
I guess the
Do you know
winter
what?
ones, winter one says cunt is never out of them.
What Sunbed place to go to them? I'm not opposed to it. I would like to go to it, but there's too much stigma attached to it. Like, if I walk in, what are you doing here? And it's like, fuck's sake.
Well,
Can't I get a
Abdul,
town without people saying anything?
you know Abdul, well, he's been known over the years to do one or two.
Well, Abdul has a, like, and
He's
obviously
hold
for the Caucasians amongst us, they don't notice. But Abdul has an all-year tan.
That's right.
But anybody else who look at him just don't see the difference. But this guy is tan as fuck.
Do you know
all the time.
what? Tommy just blew me away there. Because honestly, I've never really noticed that before.
But Abdul always been tan.
He's a hell of a lot darker than
He
me
is
Is he?
so tan all the time.
all the time. But here,
But
see,
he
to be
does go on
fair,
holiday,
he
like.
goes on holiday. He's never in Belfast.
Yeah, he's all.
He's in Ibiza. He's in
Tenerife.
Marbella. He's in Dubai. He's living his best life.
He is.
Good on him.
You were born in Belfast, weren't you? But you actually moved to... That's
Shout out John C.
that's a song.
They have panic. What's going on?
but
I was about to take over there.
you were born in Belfast, but you actually grew up in Sierra Leone, didn't you?
I was born in Belfast in 1980, September the 12th, 1980. Then my dad moved to Belfast. This is a long story short. In the mid 70s, 75, I think it was.
It's a mad time to move to Belfast.
Right, and
Everyone
from West Africa,
Let's
to
see the
Sierra
views.
Leone. Initially,
Bringing in reinforcements.
Go ahead.
initially he came to the UK to go to London, and then to do the course that he wanted to do, he was advised Queen's University is the place to be.
Okay.
So he came to Queen's University. Met my mum. My mum was working in a dental surgery in Stranmillis. That was his practice. That's how they met.
Okay.
I came along after that. I don't know how long after that, but after that at some point anyway. Mum and dad
The way
then.
you're saying things, if you just walk past and do that, I will keep it.
And then my dad, he got his doctorate and got his qualifications, and then said to my mum, "Do you want to go to Sierra Leone?" My mum, being from West Belfast, from Moyard, like West Belfast to her was alien. Sorry,
It was everything.
West Africa to her was alien. So, but we jumped on a plane and we went and we stayed there for more or less 3 years.
Do you remember much of it?
Not
Nothing?
a thing about it. No, I was only young, very young. So my mum, it was too much for her. She
Was
stuck
it?
it,
Yeah,
for,
hated, did she?
stuck it for as long as she could, and my granny said this.
What did she hate about it? Just couldn't see the family and stuff?
Yeah, homesick, very homesick. Yeah.
Going to say food be a culture shock for an Irish person to go to West Africa.
100%. My mum, after she returned from Sierra Leone, she was vegetarian.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What's your go-to African food? I love jollof rice.
So, well, you just took the words out of her mouth there.
That's good.
And I never...
What about rice and peas? No.
He's a salad. We brought the end of the cool.
See, the last time I had jollof rice, actually, and this is another pure coincidence. Whenever I met Colleen, my wife, from Dramara. They lived initially in Ravarnet and then moved to Dramara. So whenever I met her, that's where they lived. And I met her mum and dad. And the first time I met her mum and dad was in their house sitting at the kitchen table. And her mum asked me, "Where are your origins?" And like, she was a white lady from Northern Ireland.
We melted by it. Like,
So
okay, we'll go again.
naively,
from, My heart.
Tell me, that's an R piece you've got. An R bit.
I was in Moyard, that would have been a real.
Would you get fucked out?
But
We can stick Africans with their fucking Westies.
so I told her that my dad is originally from West Africa, a place you probably have never heard of. It's called Sierra Leone. And she looked at me. And she said, "Sierra Leone?" And I said, "Yeah." "Why, have you heard of it?" She says, "I lived there."
Really?
Uh-huh. I more or less grew up there. So her dad, Colleen's granddad, was working in insurance, and he was based. They sent him out there to work, and they lived in Sierra. In the
That's weird, isn't it?
Unreal.
Right? Unbelievable. Whenever she told me that, I was like, "Oh!" Not furthermore, they had mutual friends. My dad and
Fucking hell.
had mutual friends. You
Small
know,
world.
so yeah, one in particular, a priest called Father O'Sullivan. And Father O'Sullivan had
Is
give.
he Irish?
I was funny enough.
Nah,
he
sure.
was.
He's from fucking he's from Sierra Leone.
I'd give her family this wee leprechaun thing, and she went and she got it, and there was a wee thing, a wee note from Father O'Sullivan, who my mum and dad knew very well.
That's unreal.
That is.
And I'm like,
mad.
that's nuts.
Destiny.
That's what I say too.
Definitely. And then, do you know, that's a good wee icebreaker as well for meeting up parents to bring in.
Yeah.
Can they cook? Can they cook jollof rice up?
I don't know, because they grew up in
They
Africa.
grew
Well, that's what I was
Right.
going to say. We had a wee West African night in our house a couple of years ago, and yeah, that was all brought down, and plantain. Is it plantain?
Well, it's, you know, it's the great debate. Africans say plantain. Jamaicans, Caribbean say plantain.
Plantain. Okay.
So-
Well, and you know what that is, do you?
Oh, I do. I like
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Aye, it's tasty. It is tasty. So we had a wee West African night in there, and that's the first we've ever done that.
Yeah.
And it was lovely. My dad, he was there, and he was loving life.
Was he critiquing it or was he?
No. He made the rice. Did he make the rice? He made the rice.
Yeah.
So he
So
did.
see,
Yeah.
growing up, once you came home, would your daddy have cooked African food
Yeah.
like mostly? So
We would have, like, our boys live in chicken nuggets and chips.
That's what our kids are.
Swear to God, like there's no,
That's all you get.
there's no talking them around. You know, the most exotic thing would be is noodles, no veg out of the Chinese.
That's your kids sound like my
Honest
kids.
to God.
I'll be bringing my kids to like nice restaurant stuff. They just want chicken nuggets out of ever. Doesn't matter if we go to McDonald's or go to a nice fancy restaurant. Chicken
So
nuggets.
you're wasting on your kids. These Tyrone's are amazing.
Yeah,
You're like a
Freaking
real
fucking-
foodie. then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I could never
up
cook. That's another thing
jollof
lockdown
rice.
did. I could never cook until lockdown, and then I started watching YouTube tutorials and how
It's
to
so
make.
easy when you go watch tutorials. Like it's hard to fucking not cook it. Like
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it now.
I think it's very relaxing, and then you're happy when you see everyone fucking eating your food and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're the only one eating it. The kids are eating
Yeah,
it. Friggin'
that's
chicken
true.
nuggets.
Well, that's the same in
Well,
our
Tyrone's
house.
an unreal chef. Like,
Yeah.
I have to
We
be
used to
honest.
have actually Jamaican. Like,
And I used to cook.
Yeah,
Well,
he's-
I'm not allowed to cook anymore because my wife says I'm too messy.
Oh, really? No, I got to clean up like this.
he
Yes,
still cleans up though.
we had the story a couple of weeks ago. Just you mentioned the Chinese there. Like, we talked about the Dragon Rendezvous.
Yeah.
Seen it
Do you
for
remember
a
it? Do you
day.
remember
I
it?
remember it. We were actually out for dinner with friends there last week and reminiscing.
Is it still
about-
open?
No,
No,
not
but
Oh,
there-
you
there's
were-
a
you
we were in
replacement
another
there.
place.
Oh, okay.
We're
Sorry.
actually in a place called the Mandarin City on the Newton Arch Road. Mandarin City or Mandarin Inn. Mandarin City on the Newton Arch Road. It's delicious. But we were talking about reminiscing about the days going out, working in the club or going out, a night out on the drink and getting the munchies. And
You went there. How
you
good was
could,
it? Like?
only place in town you could go in at 2 or 3 in the morning
Yeah,
and
and sit
sit
down.
down around a round table, 8 or 10 of yous.
Why was it? Why was it allowed? And was it allowed? Was it
But here-
legal or
That's
was
a
it?
good question.
Was it illegal? Because surely there should be more places open at that time.
There's
Everyone
a
would do it.
new one now.
But who's going to work them hours?
Well,
And have people friggin'
I would
coming
do
in
it-
steaming drunk.
I
They
would
must
do
have
it-
been murder all the time.
There's
What
one
we
in
talk
Botanic
about
now.
Tyrone.
I was
having
fighting. I was
murder
fighting
with
uh,
Rory McIlroy.
Roy McIlroy in there.
Were you?
Well, it's near fight.
What happened?
He was, well, I've already said in the podcast, but he was trying to creep my missus, and I fucking went mental at him and his 4 mates.
Right, okay.
I was trying to batter him.
But I heard
Right. First and
There's a
last
new
time in
new
Dragon
Chinese place
Rendezvous.
in Botanic.
Is it?
What?
Yeah, there's a new Chinese place like open late in Botanic.
And then you can sit down in it.
It's called Lucky Duck.
Lucky
That's right,
Duck?
outside the back.
Yeah.
Funny, that's what me and my daughter call us when we're pairing up for like team activities. The Lucky,
Lucky
Ducks.
Ducks?
We're the Lucky Ducks.
Do you remember you used to be able to, on Facebook, check in the places? Everybody
Yeah.
checked in. Well, I was sitting, it might have been a couple of last year, 18 months ago, and I'm sitting, maybe had a few drinks in me, and going through, and I checked in to the Dragon Rendezvous and see my Facebook.
Serious?
People going, what?
Something.
You're in the Dragon Rendezvous? Is it open again? Like, it was the
Some
place.
spot.
Yeah.
The food, I don't even know
Maybe
if
we
the food
should
was
start a
nice.
campaign.
Do you know what? Here's the
Bring it
thing.
back.
They
If you're
could,
that drunk, it could give you
the
anything,
quality
couldn't
of the food could have been
Stink.
whatever. They could have charged whatever.
I know.
And
But
you were
all my
living your
But you
Brazil
got a
best
paint,
life.
you got a
is, like,
paint, and you got
unbelievable.
food.
Yeah.
You got to sit down and socialize for longer. You're fucking
I,
loving it.
I actually can't remember what it tasted like. I always just remember like feeling fulfilled leaving it.
Yeah,
Like,
It was good.
See, I had a subpar version of that. See, it wasn't my time, Dragon Rendezvous,
No.
but our
You're
one
young.
was guacamole.
Guacamole? What the
Did
fuck's
you ever
that?
go to it?
No, never heard of it before in my
It
life.
was
Sounds lame.
it was
Lame.
disgusting. But it was
That's it.
basically like a half friggin' nightclub the way it was because they had
Food?
music blaring in it.
There actually
Oh, Dragon
there's
Rendezvous.
a place downtown now. It's a nightclub where you can get food in it, but I forget what it's called. It's only open. But see the way, since you're a self-confessed music man, there's a big debate in this podcast. Comes up a lot. Tell me knows what it's gonna be. What's your views on Michael Jackson?
Come on.
Do you think
I'm gonna tell you something.
Is he a
John,
paedophile
right?
or not? That's what I
No,
want
he's
to know.
not.
He's not?
Yes.
He's weird, right? Listen,
Yeah, man's been falling here. It depends on
listen, no, there's no
unbelievable.
debate. Listen, he's weird. There's no two ways
fuck,
about that. If you had you
an
grow up
understatement.
in the spotlight like he did from the
Yeah.
age of 4 or whatever, you'd be weird too, right? He's not, but it's a real shame, right? It's funny you bring this up. I'm the biggest Michael Jackson fan, right?
funny
Other
you-
than
Yeah.
Tommy,
Do you know what?
right?
If I knew that,
You wouldn't even ask the question.
I'd have done a quiz after this for the Patreon on Michael Jackson.
Right,
That'd be
well, that's
fucking brilliant.
something we'll have to
We'll
do in the future. Right?
We'll do it in the future. That's
But Michael
definitely that
Jackson, like I used to, study the TV and his dance moves and the music.
Can you moonwalk?
I could. I'm not bad.
I'm not going to put you. in
My
right
cousin's better. I have a cousin Eamon. He's probably better, but I'm not bad.
now. Can you moonwalk?
Well,
I know all you
But
Michael
we had
Jackson.
evidence. We
Yeah.
had evidence the other day.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
Of my I was Michael Jackson in a lip sync.
Oh yeah, so you were.
What song was it?
Billie Jean.
what's the best tune for you?
My it's early Michael Jackson, and it's a Jackson 5, and it's called "Who's Loving You."
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Loving you. I can't
It is
sing.
for Sal.
Rock
You know what?
is my-
Don't
Right
Turks
there.
shouldn't even be allowed to sing a Michael Jackson song.
Listen.
Every week, this man is slandering and running this man's
No,
memory
listen.
into the ground. He was found not guilty on all charges. He don't have no interest in children. Here's a music professional here backing me up. He's weird. No one's disputing the fact that he's weird, but he's no interest in children.
Listen, what is it? It is what
I
it
was
is.
obsessed with MJ as well. As a kid.
Everyone
Like,
was. Everyone was obsessed with AJ.
And do you know
AJ.
what?
AJ.
Did you ever see him in concert?
Never, but he was
you?
here.
I seen
When I
him
was
in
a kid.
concert.
Did you?
My mum came home one day and she says, "We're going to see Michael Jackson."
Did you go in Dublin?
It was 1992 Dublin. It was the History Tour. No, the Dangerous Tour. And I'll never forget, like, he came out on stage,
wow.
and you've probably seen this footage a million
Did he
times.
take you
Tommy.
backstage?
He jumps up. He jumps up out of the stage and lands and doesn't move.
Stands there and everyone's fainting and everything.
Yeah, everybody's fainting and everything. And me and my mum are sitting there crying.
Shut up!
Crying. There's Michael Jackson.
part
on the
of this.
stage.
It's him! It's him!
Unbelievable. Michael Jackson's the greatest entertainer of all time.
Without a doubt.
That's
I'll
true.
remember. I
100
remember like it was
million
yesterday. I remember it was a Thursday night,
Crackhead.
and there was DJing in the parlor. And
R.I.P. Amy Winehouse.
a cousin of mine, Charlene, she came in. She says, "Have you heard the news?" I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "Michael Jackson's dead." I was like, "What?" And I was
It was a
like,
hard day for us. I was working and I got a message too.
That's with you.
"Where you
Michael
working?"
Jackson's dead in the National Club.
Right.
So I think it was 2000. I think it must have been
It's the old school national club, not the new one.
the one on Queen Street. And I went, Michael Jackson's dead. And then I said the fella I was working with, "Nah, it's just a joke."
There's
And
loads
then-
of jokes. As soon as he died, there was loads of jokes going about.
And then I was going, hope it is a joke. And then once it turned out to be authentic, I just went into the cubicle and broke down.
I was in the Guild Talk at the time. It was heartbreaking. We were all sitting. It must have been about 1 o'clock in the morning, and
That was late enough. Huh?
we had already been like in bed sleeping, and one of us got a text in the room, and he just got up and says, "Your mum texted me. Says Michael Jackson's dead." We were like, "I hardly." Wanted to go back to sleep, and then more texts were like coming
Yeah, I just
through.
said-
It's mad
And
seeing someone
everybo-
famous dies. You don't even believe it, like as if they
Yeah.
can't die.
And then everybody in the house, like the fucking wee woman from Donegal, got up and fucking turned the TV on. Like we were sitting there till like 3 a.m. watching it.
Fuck's
I
sake.
don't know, what a guy.
Has any celebrities ever passed away? Not you, Michael Jackson for you, but has any celebrities ever passed away where
Amy
you
Winehouse.
went,
Winehouse.
"Oh
Lover.
my God, Amy Winehouse"?
Lover.
Yeah.
That's his god.
Yep.
I actually called her a crackhead, and I want to take that back. Because I like Amy Winehouse too.
You've said what you've said.
Things just got heated. Yes,
I just
slamming about
sums it in
it.
order.
We've all said things we didn't want to say.
And that's another thing, like one of them moments where you remember where you were. We went back, remember?
Yeah, that's
and the
right.
word came.
But listen, she's
Well,
the last as well.
sorry.
But before we wrap this up, I want to ask you 3 things. Your go-to artist, best song, and best album of all time.
Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror.
Okay.
And what's the third one?
Album.
Album.
Is this just Michael Jackson's your hero?
It, like,
The goat?
Take the fucking goat!
So ask anybody who knows me anyway well at all, and they'll tell you my
It's Michael.
favorite, all-time favorite song is
So-
Man in the Mirror.
Man and Mara and
Michael
what album?
Jackson and album. It's a toss-up, but no, it's not. It's Off the Wall.
Yes.
Yes.
Off the Wall.
Just right.
He's so proud. You're the first guest that came on, and like went to his side. Most of them come on, like, yeah,
Right,
pedo,
okay.
pedo. You're the first guy, so well done.
But Off the Wall or Thriller,
Two
Thriller's
great albums,
cliche.
great,
It's
two great
cliche.
albums, but
2 great albums.
Off the Wall
Off the Wall's
for the
heartbreaking.
song
I'm gonna-
Off the Wall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Like,
throw a wee
I'm actually getting
Unbelievable.
goosebumps here now.
Pinch of
Thinking of the
salt here.
bass line in it.
Prince is better, long. That's a fact. Prince is better.
You know what?
Talking of shit.
Prince
Prince
knows
is
how to
more
play all.
musical,
Yeah, he
honestly,
play all the
yeah.
instruments. He does produces it.
But can he rock the house like
He
Mike?
can rock. He can rock anything.
No,
Right.
Prince is.
That's for part 2.
Yeah.
That's for part 2. We're gonna have to pick this up
I am
here.
a Prince fan, but
Me too.
Prince is lethal.
makes the.
I think Prince.
makes the-
I think Mick
makes the
has
man.
better, like more high quality
talented.
songs, but he is better.
Well, can he dance? Dog.
He's
can't
got
dance like
moves,
Mick.
no doubt
He
about
can't
it.
dance like-
Man's
can't
got
dance
soul.
like
He's
Mick.
got, but no, nobody can dance like Mike.
Exactly.
Nobody.
He
Nobody.
can't-
Justin
can't
Timberlake
follow
can dance like
No, he
him.
can't.
Tyrone. Turn his
we
mic
can't.
off.
Turn his mic up. Listen, we've talked enough shit today. Abe, you've been a legend.
Yes, thanks for
We've
coming
loved
on.
having you on.
It's been great to be on. The only thing I'm disappointed. There's not a glass of whiskey. What's it called? Whiskey and white.
Listen,
Well, we've got
crack?
one.
we're in camp. We're in camp. We were fighting in a couple
I'm not
weeks.
in camp.
That's true.
Sorry.
Sorry. next time when we're gonna all have a whiskey. But listen, thank you for joining. Like, subscribe, and share. Get on the Patreon. It's £2 a month.
Yep.
It's a lot of extras, a lot of fun, a lot of challenges. Even free nights. We had a free night at the Garrick Bar on Wednesday or Thursday. It was lethal. Everyone had wings. They had free drinks. There's cocktails on flow. There's a free performance from me and Tommy. And it was free because
Yeah.
they were on Patreon.
Yep.
So get involved. Thank you.
So, peace.